Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the SU-8. It's the Tier 6 Soviet SPG. This one's got a lot of achievement medals on it, and it's under the command of ProvoBob of 1AR, and he's on the Asia server. Now, 26 rounds, he's got nothing but stun HE, and he's ready for action. 2 marks of excellence on the barrel already. So well played SU-8. Now these shells will do 550 alpha. Sorry, not 600. I think he has the next one up. Yes, 550 alpha, 38mm pen, and 6.7 meters on the burst radius, between 6.5 and 11 seconds of stun. He's waiting for an enemy tank to make his way into the Abbey, but he just got a little too close, because by being closer, he actually made the hill directly in front of him an obstruction, and he wouldn't have been able to get an enemy tank as they went into the pathway to the castle grounds. Here comes one. T-34-85. Oh, he fired in advance of it. That's unfortunate. Mind you, he will have another shell ready in next to no time. 17.01 seconds is the fastest reload he's managed to get. The book reload is 19.65. Rounds out. Direct hit this time. 229. That's a big hit. And he stunned both of them. Lining up on the VK3002M this time. And it looks like we might be able to get a shell on target. Rounds out. Oh, went to the right. I jinxed it by saying that. And yes, it went behind. He's loaded. Rounds out. Direct hit right on the front. 144. Meanwhile, down by the little village and the waterfront, we've got a KV2. And there's another tank as well. Not sure what that is. Now, it's Tier 6 game with only Tier 6 tanks in it. And he was trying to get the KV2 there. They're still there at the entrance area, but we've got a Giro. Oh, the Giro just got taken out by the Basotto on the enemy team. Or on our team, rather. And an AMX 12 ton is visible over in that corner. Just styling in. Rounds out. Oh, we got a kill! A blind kill on the AMX 12 ton. Great job. Yeah, the guy didn't pull back. He just went unspotted temporarily. And because he didn't pull back, Arty gets a blind kill. Yes. Very well played. Rounds out. That went long and slightly to the left. Yes, if you're an Arty player and you see an enemy tank, but they then suddenly go unspotted, it's normally worth firing a round in on that spot, even if you can't see them, because chances are they're still there. And it's so funny when whenever you do that and you fire a round in and then suddenly the shell disappears without an explosion, you know the judgment was right, you decided to do the right thing, and as a consequence, the enemy has suddenly been hit. Oh, enemy Bert on the move. He's obviously trying to help his teammates. Fired in advance. And he did get some splash. 95 hit points of splash. Tracked him. He's not using his repair kit. He's opted not to. And both enemy artists have now been spotted next to the water, because the FV304 is there and the M44 is as well. Fires another round in. And it looked like the Burt did choose to shoot from that position. So he was obviously shooting at the Cromwell. And now we see the M44 on the move. Reloaded. Rounds out. Oh, wonderful kill on the move. Leading shot. He aimed at the spot ahead of the path, and the guy went right through it and got wiped out. That was probably a penetrating shot at that. And now we're shooting at the rear of these enemy tanks. Well, we got some stun on the Poodle. And the KV2 just got wiped out by our CDT. We've got no problems being on this side of the map. So we're moving up to get a better angle on some of the enemy tanks. This Arty, based on the T28, is actually fairly fast. 48 kilometers an hour. Not quite as fast as some of the Artys. There are a few that really move quickly. It's still fast enough to actually move about the battlefield and get closer to the enemy during fighting. Now this looks a good firing position because there's no enemy tanks. There's none of our tanks, rather, actually on the other side of the battlefield at the moment. So he's now trying to dial in on the T150. He's going to have to go around that corner if he wants to get to our cap circle and our other Arty. So we're dialing in almost there. Rounds out. When over the top of his turret, he could probably have put his hand out the airport out of the turret and felt the wind as it went past him. Although I don't think he wanted to do that. Okay, fires the next one in, squarely aimed at it, and look at that. The shell goes to the left and long. That's not RNG, that's Wargaming putting a severe criticism on ProvoBob's shots. But he did get that really nice one on the M44. Fires again. And again, unfortunately, doesn't get the hit that he wants. Our guys are starting to move in on that position, which means that we might get spots on the enemy and then we'll be able to hit them. And there's a good chance we might get some stun assists off this. So he just needs to wait for our teammates. Okay, they've got sight on the Dickomax. There. Go for it. The guy stopped to take a shot. And did he get stunned? No, he didn't, unfortunately. The T150 keeps coming up to the corner and changing his mind, pulling back. Rounds out. Looks better this time. Direct hit, yes, 117. And the T150 goes down to our Cromwell. We're 3 up on the enemy. They've still got 5 tanks in the game. Okay, turning back to this side of the battlefield. The tanks we're most likely to see first, the Jagdpanzer. But there's the Poodle goes, and now we can hit this FV304. If only we could. If only he fired that shot just as well as he fired the last one at the Arty. He's going to be at the end of that road very shortly. Remember, he does 72 kilometers an hour. We're loaded. Now, he's on the move. Now, lead ahead of the target. Dial in. He fires. Oh, what a shot! That hit the rear of the vehicle and wiped him out. And that's a counter battery fire medal. I think RNG was being extra kind to him after those last few shots were so far wide of the target. There's only 3 enemies left. M4A3E2, that's a Sherman Jumbo. And he does get some hit points off that one. And he's still on the move and is still under fire. No, I've got no shot at the moment. Yeah. But he's gone anyway. The P43 Biz fired a 90mm round into him. There's the Jagdpanzer. Now we can definitely hit this guy. Lining up, he's pointing his gun at the ground. And now there's only 1 enemy left, a Jagdpanzer again. So there must have been 2 of them. And I suspect the other one's nearby because, of course, yeah, they look like they're a pair of them. And although he didn't get the hit, the IKV-65-2 got the kill. It is the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the 2nd class tanker for ProvoBob in the SU-8. He managed to get a counter battery fire medal for taking out 2 enemy SPGs, or both enemy SPGs in the game. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 14. And his win 8 was 2,837, which is Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game. He only got 1,574, but that came second to the T150 on the enemy team, got 1,783, but he didn't get a high caliber because that wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. When it came to the third place, that went to the IKB-65-2, got the last kill of the game. He got 1,505 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, though, yes, he's got top alongside the IKB-65-2. Yes, ProvoBob got 3 kills, so did the IKB, and so did the T150 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, ProvoBob got the top on that one. Yes, so he got 778, 744 went to the IKB-65-2, and 728 went to the Basotto. So he's got top on 2 columns, missed out on damage in second place. Let's have a look at detail. Fired 21 rounds, so had 5 rounds left at the end of the game. This tank, this SPG carries 26 rounds in total. 6 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, and 11 splash. Well, I think we know which ones he penetrated. The M44 was hit with a penetrating shot when he was on the move. Yes, 315. And the FV304 was also hit with a penetrating shot. Again, while he was on the move, it spun him round and hit him. Well, he actually spun round. And when he did, he presented his rear to us. And, well, it was just too much for ProvoBob. He had to smack it. And the other one he hit and penetrated was the MX 12 ton. And that was a blind hit, if you remember. The guy ducked around the corner, but just stayed there. And obviously, Bob just fired the round in and he got the target. So well done on that as well. So going back to the details, 1,574 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 3 of them, and did 142 hit points of damage assistance. That was track damage on the T150 when he got taken out. 8 stuns caused, but no stun assist, and that's why he didn't get higher than second class. On a free player count, he actually made 4,537 credits, and he made 1,945 experience points out of that game as well. So not bad on those shots, especially the moving shots on the enemy Arty, which is quite funny as well. If you're driving along at full speed and you suddenly get hit by an Arty round when you're going at full speed, you think, wow, that guy must be a really good shot. Because if you're moving at speed, they shouldn't be able to do that. But in fact, they can do it because most Arty players, after a while, get a feel of where you need to place the shell in order to hit an enemy tank while it's on the move. And they tend to get quite good at it as well. And it's quite funny. I personally can remember when I was a noob, when I was really a noob, when I was basically just started the game using one of the worst Artys in the game, the SU-122A, and I hit a BT-7 moving at full speed right over on the other side of the battlefield, and he came flying to a stop as a wreck, just sliding about 100 yards as a wreck, which was quite funny. Because, yes, all I had to do was aim ahead of him, pick the spot, and then fire the shell, and, yes, wiped him out. And ProvoBob just did exactly the same with the M44. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.